Laugh merrily. You sound great.
You sound a little insane, but you sound good.
I've literally never heard you laugh like that, but that sounds good. Good test.
Hello and welcome to Way Too Broad, a place for friends to talk about things that they're really, really ridiculously excited about. And we have no shortage of them this week. I can already tell you guys, I'm super pumped. We're doing a late night Wednesday night recording right now. Yesterday is a day. Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
I just was ready to do a solo podcast.
I was afraid I wasn't ever going to be able to talk.
Hannah would be like, all right, it's time for the obsessions. Oh, you know what? We've hit an hour, so we'll just wrap it up there.
Listen. Yesterday, the world changed, and I need to talk about it.
The world turned upside down.
I'm now measuring my life in pre-PYNK and post-PYNK.
I am too. I'm
sorry,
so
what?
with you right now.
PYNK?
I'm sorry, what to you?
Did I miss something that happened?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What happened?
Ben, did you not watch Janelle Monáe's new PYNK video?
No, I didn't.
Oh my fucking G.
Ben!
We talked at length about this in the Slack channel. I need
Yeah.
you. This is in all seriousness. You gotta watch it right now.
I will.
Yeah, you should
I will
watch it
gladly.
right now.
Can I tell you, the fucking Slack channel, like, I went into it today and I had like 90 messages. Somehow it got muted on my phone. So I wasn't getting like all of the ones you guys were doing the other day.
Oh,
And it was important. I'm so sorry.
it was
Ow.
so important.
It was the most important thing that has ever happened to you in your whole life, including birth. So you need to stop what you're doing and watch it.
It's actually related to birth in a very direct way.
And you can't mistake it. You can't miss it. We're
you watching it?
We're gonna talk about it for like 30 minutes, so you need to watch it, Ben.
Okay, I will watch it right now.
So for the listener, in case Hannah leaves this in, Ben right now is experiencing a life-altering moment wherein he is watching Janelle Monáe's new release, PYNK, the musical video, which is just astounding, and we're going to talk at length about.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's so good and blatant and beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's just the most vaginal thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah. It's the new definition of vaginal. I listened to the song 15 times today at work.
Oh my god, the sea of
I
butts.
watched the
didn't
video
count.
several times.
At least 15 times, yeah.
Yeah, I also did that, and make me feel kind of like together, because they're kind of put together in the release playlist.
Yeah. She's an artist and a great businesswoman. She has her own record label, I think.
Oh yeah, Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Because my alias is Alice. That's from
right.
Django Jane.
I want to wait and talk about my night last night when he gets back, because I want him to hear too the adventure that you sent me on when I should have been sleeping.
Yep. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either. I had a great day at work. I was fully inspired by Janelle Monáe's whole thing, and I just went into work and was like, I am business now. And then I did all the business.
I love that so much. I just have so much to say. I'm so excited for Ben to rejoin us.
I know.
In this world. He's probably forgotten that he's recording a podcast and just watching Janelle Monáe videos back to back to back.
Do.
Oh my god, Ben, welcome back.
Wow. I didn't even
Did you
realize
finish it?
that I was disconnected for the whole video.
Yeah. Oh
Did
yeah.
you finish it?
Yeah, I just finished it. That was so good. She's managed to make another song that sounds pretty much nothing like her other songs, but is still so fucking good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
So fucking good. So many good nuggets in that video.
Yeah.
Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Erin posted this. Let me look at what time Erin posted this video. in the Slack for all of us to see, and then I was the only one who saw it. Where is it?
Rachel
11:04 p.m.
No, that's in Wait You
that's
Brought.
from
I
today.
posted
I
it.
see.
Yeah.
11:04 p.m. I was getting ready for bed. I was already late for bed. And then Erin posted this, and I saw it immediately, and I was like, oh, new Janelle Monáe? Sweet. And then I watched it, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And then Erin posted an article that I then had to also read. So I got to sleep like past midnight because I was laying there trying to fall asleep, and I'd only read half of that article that you posted, and then I was like, I can't sleep. Like I have to finish this article and get to the end of the timeline, and then I can go to sleep.
Oh my god, there's pictures of her
Yeah.
in like the suit. She's just an icon. I just don't know what to say. I have a lot to say actually. So Ben, you're like, oh, that's the woman from Westworld.
Yeah.
Yes, she was also the woman from the Make Me Feel video, and she was also in Yoga, and she's also rumored to be Janelle Monáe's girlfriend.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize her in the Make Me Feel video for some reason.
Me neither at all.
Me neither.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
But she's like the lady.
That's so dope.
The other lady other than
I love
Janelle
when
Monáe.
talented people are together.
Oh man. We don't know that they're together, but
I mean,
mean,
regardless, they've been working together a lot. So,
And they're definitely close friends.
yeah.
did you see the preview for the Dirty Computer album/movie?
Movie?
Yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be
so
gonna be
excited.
followed by a motion picture.
Holy
Emotion
really?
picture.
shit.
Not a motion picture, but
Oh.
emotion
Oh, really?
picture.
Motion
Oh.
picture.
An emotion picture.
Is it? I don't even think it's going to be followed by it. I think it's going to be released at the same time.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, so on the 27th of this fucking month, we're going to be able to watch Janelle Monáe's emotion picture probably on YouTube.
I've
But
never
in the-
been so excited for like a brand new album before.
Me neither.
Or at least not in a
Neither.
long time.
Yeah, I maybe was for Hanson, but let's strike that from the record. Yeah, same band, never ever. Yeah, well, but in that preview, A, it's fucking good as fuck, and B, there's like another scene of them, obviously from an upcoming musical video or from the movie. I don't know if it's like an actual movie or a string of music videos, but it's like another scene of them like about to kiss on a beach. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of like. There's a lot. She's given us a lot. She's not giving us a lot.
She's giving us a lot, but also, I will say about that, what that could say to me is, well, this actress, who is also a good friend of Janelle Monáe's, has been cast as a love interest in her emotion picture, and all of these songs she's been putting out videos for are part of that, so she's cast as the love interest in those as well.
Could be.
Yeah, if
Why
you're,
not
like,
both?
Totally a buzzkill.
Well, yeah. I'm super here for it either way. I'm like not. It's honestly, truthfully, none of our business.
You're right. You're right. The article that I posted was a thorough timeline of
Yeah.
that. Ooh, the article that I posted that Hannah couldn't go to sleep without reading
Yeah.
was in a complete timeline of their like every time they were spotted together or interacted. Okay?
Oh my
so
God.
that thing that's none of our business. Just that it was basically a summary of all of that.
Yeah. I sound all high and mighty, but that's just because like there's nothing more for me to read about it.
It's not my business anymore.
I feel I've dug as deep as I can in this.
There are
so-
some YouTube videos of their interactions too. Not that I've watched them today. Look, to get back to the PYNK video, there are a few things that I fucking love about it. I watched it several times last night and today. Some things that I really love is that I read an article that made me angry that was like, it's worth noting that it's not trans inclusive. And I was like, it actually really is, because in the desert scene when they're dancing in vagina pants, it's actually not just vagina. The whole thing is a vagina.
It's just a love song to vaginas.
It's just brilliant. The whole outfit just really, it's so good. Her little ruffle on her arm, it's just like all represents all body shapes and sizes. And the dancers that didn't have the vagina pants were supposed to represent women who don't have vaginas, okay?
Oh, wow. I was wondering why there were, like, those a few on the end that didn't.
Yeah. And it's body positive, and it's, like, all body shapes and sizes positive. It's just so very good.
It's so very good.
It's political. So it's, like, challenging, you know, like, beauty norms. Mm-hmm. It's good. And it's a great song, additionally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Such a jam. Oh, my God. It's, like, soothing, but also energizing both at the same time.
Yeah.
It makes me feel calm and excited.
And I just love how it's, like, it's pretty explicit. Like, she doesn't beat around the bush. Pun intended.
It's very blatant. Like, there's, like, it's nodding so heavily towards her girlfriend's crotch that it's, like...
There's no other interpretation. No. Really.
No. But it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good. It feeds my gay soul. Just so much food.
Girls eat free and never leave. The thing I posted.
You should explain that for the listener and the Ben
I posted a screenshot from the video, the hotel that they pull up to. Everybody just... We should have just told the listener earlier. Just if you haven't seen this video, just pause and go search Janelle Monáe PYNK. And it's PYNK with a Y, but it'll probably come up either way. And just watch the video. It's like 4.5 minutes. You can come back here afterwards, and you'll know what the fuck we're on about.
Watch it, study it,
learn
commit
from
it to memory.
Yeah,
love it.
Live it.
Another pretty remarkable thing is that I read the YouTube comments, which is never a good idea, except every single one of them was like, Janelle Monáe is a queen. She is such an artist. Like, this is true art. Like, I've never seen art so pure. We're so lucky to have her. Like, every single comment was like, this woman is amazing.
I honestly feel like in like 50 years, she's going to be, you know, regarded as one of the absolute greats of our times.
Absolutely.
President.
She's going to be president.
So, did you see the comment that said, well, look at those sweet gal pals?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
It's happening there. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Look at her gal pal emerging from her vagina. Isn't that sweet? Those ladies.
Those ladies. So, but you didn't let me explain the thing. There's a sign out front of the hotel that they pull up to at the beginning of this video, now that you guys have all watched it. And it says in like graffiti writing, it says, but it's on a sign. It says, girls eat free and never leave. That's in the front of the hotel.
Also,
I love that.
She was not only in Hidden Figures, but she was in Moonlight.
Oh
my God,
see
really?
Either of those.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that either, but that won an Oscar.
Yeah. So when she's like
Oscar.
already got an Oscar for the Casa. And also Django Jane. Here's another thing that I just loved about this PYNK video. It's so femme forward, and I love it so much. But also released in this album is Django Jane, which is a great song. And the video of it, she's in like at least 5 different suits. So I just love how she's like representing just the full spectrum of womanhood. I just like love it so much. I feel so seen. I feel so represented. She's like being this like powerful, and like in all of her videos, it's like in Django Jane and in PYNK, there are only black women in these videos.
Yeah.
Like I just love that. It's just like it's such good shit. It's such good shit. But also I wanted to mention in Django Jane, she had a couple really clever lyrics. Because she was like, she referenced, she talks about like moonlit. She's like moonlit, which is referencing the movie she was in. And also that line where she's like, cue the violins and violas, comes right after I got away with murder. I got away with murder, no scandal, which both are TV shows that Viola Davis acted in.
What?
And then she's like, and then she laughs and says, cue the violins and violas.
Oh my God.
Isn't she just a fucking genius?
She's my president. I'm telling you.
Hashtag my president. I was like, I pray to Janelle Monáe now. That's who I pray to.
God, okay. Oh, it's been just such a beautiful, beautiful day. The weather was nice. And then also another thing that like PYNK drove me to do was I had been listening through her albums that she has on Spotify because, you know, I know their concept albums and I wanted to like hear them in order, but I was like, I just want to hear like, you know, everything on shuffle. And when I shuffled her like Janelle Monáe songs on Spotify, I ended up hearing like all of the stuff that she has collaborated with people on too, which I'm sure you've been listening to that stuff too, Erin. But that was an incredible like fun journey of discovery at work today too. Was listening to like all of these jams that she you know, has like rap verses on, or like, oh my god, she's just such a talented artist.
She's a queen. There's really nothing more to say on the subject. It's just, have you watched any videos of her performing live?
No.
Oh god, I'd love to see her live.
She's incredible. So I was watching a video today of she was performing at the White House, like in front of Michelle and Barack Obama, and she's just like incredible. Her energy is insane. She like throws her microphone stand around and like dances like crazy, and then her voice is incredible. It's like on top of everything. Her like live voice is just absolutely incredible.
She can't be stopped.
She can't be stopped. She won't be stopped.
She won't be stopped until she's in the White House.
Yep.
Janelle Monáe 2020.
Yeah. So I was just saying that she was in the White House that one time that you were just talking about.
Look, I want her to be president, but not yet. Like, she's got to keep making art for us, though.
That's true.
She's saving our soul. She's like...
Why not both?
She's bringing society forward, because that's a tough job, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, not 2020, but...
She's only 32. Let her...
She's killing it. Let her
have many more years of music and acting and
she actually, I don't
career.
think she can run for president.
Right.
Yet.
How old do you have to be? Like 35?
That sounds right.
I thought it was like 40-something, but
Maybe.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way. That makes me feel... the fact that she's 32 makes me feel certain ways that I don't want to examine right now. We're doing fine. I'm doing fine.
I always think about that. People say that, and sometimes I feel that, and then I'm like, if I wanted to hustle more, I would. But the fact is, like, I don't want to hustle that much. I want to hustle the exact amount that I'm hustling, which is getting me to where I am. You know?
That's a very good point.
If you wanted to hustle, you would hustle.
Yeah.
Also, we all can't be Janelle Monáe.
Right.
That's just unrealistic.
Yeah, she's the only artist and queen forever and ever. We already established this. There's really nothing more to say on the subject.
All right, then. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say on any other subjects?
What are we drinking?
All right. Iced tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have beer and water.
Oh, what beer, Ben?
Left Hand Milk Stout.
Benny, it's Benny's Milk Stout. I was listening to episode 22.
Did I have it then too?
Yeah, you had Left Hand Milk Stout, and we were talking about Benny's Milk Stout, and I laughed so hard. I had completely forgotten that. Do you remember what Benny's Milk Stout is?
No. Oh, wait, I do kind of remember this.
Yeah, you were like, the only ingredient is lactose, and then you were like, there's other ingredients, and then we were joking about how it's just chocolate milk that you leave on your counter, and you call it Benny's Milk Stout. There were a lot of good nuggets in that episode that we have not brought back at all.
Is that the one that I mentioned? I think I was listening back to that one too.
You were, and that's why I did.
I about lost my mind when he said that, and you said it so very typically Ben deadpan. You're like, yeah, I call it Benny's Milk Stout.
So good. Oh my god, Hannah, last episode too. I totally heard you. I said my apologies in a place where it would have been perfect to say my apologies to the chef. Yeah. I was like, my apologies, and then I moved on in the the barreling train way that I do, and I heard you softly and sadly say, "To the chef." I wanted you to know that I see you. I mean, I hear you.
I'm glad that you heard that.
Yeah, you were like so sad. It would have been perfect to say "to the chef." In fact, when it played, I was like, "To the chef, Erin, to the chef. Your apologies to the chef. What are you doing?"
Yeah, because it was like really food related.
It was exactly food related.
Yeah.
It would have been
I didn't want
right
to derail
rumpus.
your train of thought, so I just whispered it. I wasn't sad about it. I was leaving an Easter egg.
It was an Easter egg. It was a good one.
Like Breath of the Wild.
To the chef.
So if you caught that Easter egg, email us and let us know how cool you are.
I'll email you and let you know how cool I am.
Thank
I'm
you.
drinking a Negra Modelo, and
Is
I
that good?
got.
I almost got that the last time I went to a liquor store.
You know, I bought a 12-pack of them because it was the only thing of it. I wanted this beer, and they only had a 12-pack, and it was on sale for it was like $11 for a 12-pack.
Wow.
It was basically free. It was basically free. So I have this, and I've just finished it. Mm-hmm. And I've brought with me another one and a lime, but the issue is that I neglected to bring a bottle opener.
Oh, no.
So this is quite the conundrum.
Don't use your teeth.
I have a fork here. I'm gonna try this.
Oh, geez.
Why do you have a fork but not a bottle opener?
Oh, good question. I can't answer that. Oh, ooh, it worked.
Oh my god!
Look at that. I used the end of a fork and I braced it against my thumb and used it as a little pulley to pry open the lid.
Nice.
So take that, engineering school. See, I don't need to go to engineering school. Cheers. Okay.
Cheers.
And a plain seltzer, because I'm counterculture like that. Just plain water
nice.
flavor.
I like a plain seltzer. Ian's not a fan
I'd
of a
just
plain
rather
seltzer.
drink water at that point.
So Molly's of that camp, Ben, but I love a seltzer, and
I love bubbles.
I cut my teeth on plain seltzer, not literally, and I love the bubbles. It's it's when you're bored, and you need some mouth entertainment. A seltzer is great, but sometimes you're a little flavor fatigued, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a seltzer with a flavor in it. It can be entertaining for your mouth. It can also not be as refreshing as a plain seltzer to me.
Oh my god, I totally feel you, because when I drink coconut seltzer, which I like every once in a while, I get thirsty when I finish one.
Yeah, exactly. It's not every flavor,
No, not every flavor.
but oh god. What just a nice week this is.
I'm so glad you feel that way, because you were feeling pretty stressed earlier.
I
feel Janelle Monáe delivered you.
You guys delivered me. I was in a state. I was so let's let our listeners in on this a little bit, because it's not a bad thing to give them a couple weeks heads up anyway, I guess, in case this happens. But we're likely gonna have to miss a week someday.
A little heads up. We're gonna die someday.
And so are you.
You know. Just a little heads up for you.
Just heads up.
Way
Keep
too
your
dead.
eyes peeled. Stay frosty. You're gonna die someday. I'm going everywhere
Away.
in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to for 3 days to Arkansas for work, and then I'm going to China for a week. And so
work. And
Erin's going places too next week. So we had to do a lot of figuring and stuff. And I am stressed about every other thing that has to get done before I leave and while I'm gone and stuff.
And I'm also going to China for unrelated reasons.
Everybody is going to China.
Wait, you're going to China?
Yeah.
For what?
No, I'm not going to China.
That's another bit that Ben stole from Kylie.
You went to Japan, so I don't know your life.
Right. So we were like trying to figure out the recording schedule, and I was such a ball of stress because you guys are also busy people, and I just had it that morning. I messaged you guys at like 7 in the morning, like before I left the house, and then I was like feeling upset that nobody had answered me by the time I got to work when it was like 8:30, and I was like, Hannah, you need to like calm down. And then by the time that like I had gotten through my first meeting, you guys were like all over it, and you were like such a huge help, and we worked it all out, and it was fine.
I usually try to wake myself up at 7 just in case you've sent me any messages at all throughout the night. But that morning I'd slept in through my wake up to check Hannah's alert messages alarm.
You can't do that because it really messes me up.
I'm so sorry. And you still owe me a text about what time that will be in China so that I can adjust my schedule accordingly.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
No, but you guys, you came through and we've worked it all out. We may end up missing a week, taking a week hiatus, but it'll be not next week, but the week after.
And here's what you do. You just go back and listen to episode 22, because that's really a good one.
It is really a good one. It's very fun.
It was a silly Tuesday. Oh, I had this thought today when I was listening back, that in each episode, we usually mention the week or the day of the week that we're recording, and we mention what we're drinking. And I thought it would be interesting for like somebody who likes to do this sort of thing to listen back and compile the day of the week and what we're drinking and how we are as a host and come up with the perfect algorithm for each of us for like top prime hosting quality. Like, Erin needs to record on Tuesday night and drink gin. Hannah needs to do Friday night and have a beer. And Ben needs to have water, and he's always great. Or, you know what I
mean. He's always the same, at least.
Yeah, he's pretty slow and steady.
Consistently mediocre.
That would be funny. I don't love the part where I get rated on my performance for every episode, but, you know.
No. It's
how else are you going to improve?
Yeah. It's more like, it's less like how you did and more like when you were like the you know, killing it.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Like the times you were killing it, maybe there's a correlation between the weeknight and or the beverage.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
It just occurred to me that we have some interesting data points that we could possibly work with in the future.
That's true, and we're building more of them every week.
Exactly.
So. Mm-hmm. All right, should we, let's jump in to the things that we do for the main thing. I listened to this podcast called Your Kickstarter Sucks, which I've mentioned before. And they do this. This is not my obsession. I'm first this week.
This is not the jumping into the thing that we do, but this is actually the thing that we do. So,
listen, it's my time, and I can use it however I want to. Okay, yeah. So the thing that is my favorite thing about Your Kickstarter Sucks is that they will find Kickstarters that suck, and they do 6 of them a week, and they just talk about them. But they call that the 6-pack because there's 6 of them, and it's like it's not a big deal. They're like, let's do the 6-pack, and then they play the song. But they always make a big deal out of trying to explain what the 6-pack is, and they always like go about it like the most roundabout way they can figure out to do, and they are always saying every time they're like, we're gonna try really hard to explain it this time because we keep on getting emails from people saying they don't understand what the 6-pack is. What's a 6-pack? Why is it?
It's so straightforward.
I know, that's the joke. Right. So, but my obsession is actually a book that I've been listening to on Audible.
What?
Yes.
How does that work? Do you have somebody who follows you around reading it to you?
Yes, pretty much.
Or do you just like hold the book to your ear and flip the pages?
Well, I have,
and then just listen to that.
I have this device, and it's like a computer, but it's very small, and I can hold it in my hand. And yeah, and it can read books to me if I ask it to with my fingers.
Interesting.
So, this book is called I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Do you guys know anything about it?
That's Michelle McNamara's book.
It is. It is.
I've heard great things, and it's being made into a show, right?
I don't know, but Michelle McNamara, it sounds like Ben knows this already. She is or was Patton Oswalt's wife, the comedian.
Is the right word there.
Yeah. So
unfortunately.
I don't know. Was it a couple years ago now?
I believe it was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
She passed away very suddenly, and it was just it was just something. It was very completely unexpected. Like she wasn't in bad health or anything, and she was not murdered. She's a true crime writer, or she was, but this was not true crime related. She just had like a brain aneurysm or something like that.
So sad.
And just died instantly in her sleep. So, excuse me. She was in the middle of writing this book that I've been listening to, and it's about a murderer and rapist that she named. Basically, he was called various different things over the years because I think he was active in the 70s. But she calls him the Golden State Killer, and so that's now like the name that has stuck for him. And the book itself is really interesting, extremely well written, very disturbing. Can't listen to it at night. Ian would probably lose his mind if I haven't even been telling him the broad strokes of what this person did, because I feel like he would have nightmares about it.
Oh wow! So this is a true crime.
Yeah, this is an unsolved story.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
But she was extremely obsessed with it and active in trying to figure out who this person was, and actually helped detectives, like cold case detectives, to make huge strides in the direction of figuring out who they are. And
wow.
So the way that I got into this was I was listening to My Favorite Murder, just like everybody else on the planet, and and they did an episode that was like a bookstore. It wasn't a reading, but it was like a talk with Patton Oswalt and two of the researchers that helped him to finish the book. And they were talking about, kind of like some of the details in the book, and that was what kind of made me interested in reading it. But also, one of them said that he would be really surprised if within 5 years the case wasn't solved because of all the work that she and the rest of the community online put into helping.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's really, yeah, it's really like, it's just interesting. It's interesting on a lot of levels. Like, it can be really dark to listen to, which sometimes is what I want at work. Like, sometimes when I'm really stressed, this is an odd impulse, but like sometimes when I'm really stressed, the only thing I want to listen to is stories about like true crime and murder and stuff.
I feel like that's normal. I like to listen to sad songs.
Yeah.
They make me happy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that, I don't know, applying pressure when something hurts or something.
Right. Yeah. So it's like that. So a lot of times yesterday I was listening to it like a lot of the day at work, and it passed the time, and it was interesting, and it was also just like, yeah, it was kind of like oddly relaxing. I don't know. But, it's also interesting because her books are pretty autobiographical. So she talks about her daughter, and she talks about her husband and like her life and stuff. And so, so that's like, it's bittersweet, but it's like, it's interesting, and it's like nice to feel like, I'm kind of paying tribute to her and learning about her, like in her sort of absence. It's also really, I think, really amazing what Patton Oswalt has done in really trying to finish the book, because she was literally in the middle of writing it. I mean, maybe close to finishing, because I haven't reached a point that she didn't like write yet, but eventually apparently there's a point in the book where like her voice kind of cuts off, and they're very explicit about it. Like they didn't try to write anything in her voice. They just like some of the chapters have portions of them that they pulled together based on like notes and different like articles that she wrote for various places, and they made it very cohesive. But then eventually, I think the tone will kind of change, and it'll just be like sort of more bare bones, like facts for the final chapters. But that was really important to Patton Oswalt from like a very early point in like he knew almost immediately that one thing that he needed to do was find the right people to help him finish this book, because it's what Michelle would have wanted. And since it's been released, he's been like touring the book to like, you know, make sure that it does okay. And I don't know what they're doing with the proceeds from it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's donating it to some kind of charity.
Can I real quick jump in here and confirm Patton Oswalt yesterday retweeted an article about HBO developing I'll Be Gone in the Dark into a show.
Wow. I will watch that. Everyone should watch that for sure.
Yeah, but it'll be good.
Fascinating. Because the other thing that's really interesting about the case is that this person, this criminal, moved around a lot in California, and not in really methodical ways or anything. So there were a lot of disjointed cases, and that never would have come together if it weren't for the fact that when DNA testing became a thing, people went back and looked, these detectives, and like when cold case detectives became like a thing and they were looking at DNA, they like, you know, put it up into the system and saw that these matched all across like the state. So it was like one of those things that it kind of like the DNA thing sort of breathed new life into it in a really big way. But yeah, it's you know, it's sad and it's scary and it's freaky. But it's a really, really well written and good book, and I've been enjoying listening to it.
How is the Audible version?
It's really good.
Cool, because I have a lot of Audible tokens still haven't canceled that whole thing. So
who reads? Who's reading it in the Audible version?
I think it's just like a professional.
Oh, okay.
You know, reader of these things, because she does the voices really well and stuff too. Like when people are being quoted, she does like it. It's very. She doesn't sound dopey. So
Gabra Zachman.
Yeah,
and it has an introduction by Gillian Flinch.
Gillian, I think it's Gillian. I think she reads that herself, maybe.
Flynn, and then afterwards by Patton Oswalt.
Mm-hmm. Which
is Gillian a word?
Yeah.
Gillian's
okay. And Gillian is too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to fuck with you, really.
That's really fucking with me. It really is.
You know, I saw Gillian Jacobs. I went to the movies last week, and I saw Gillian Jacobs in a commercial for, I think it was either Coke or Pepsi. I think it was Coke. It was Coke.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, it was Diet Coke, and she was really bad in it. It was a bad commercial, but I really like her, so it was weird.
Who is she?
She's Britta from Community.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, and for some reason
she's so good.
She is. I really like her, but in this commercial, for some reason it was just really bad. I don't really have a good explanation for it.
It's probably the director and the writing and stuff.
Most likely,
because she's fucking brilliant. She was so good and tender, and well, she's good and tender in everything that she
Yeah,
said,
it was a weirdly written commercial.
Love. She's so good in Love.
I haven't seen Love, but I want to.
Oh, you would love it.
Huh.
I haven't seen it. She's really good in what's that stand-up one? Not the stand-up one, the improv one.
Oh
yeah.
Don't Think Twice.
Don't Think Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
So good in that one.
Yeah, she is.
I thought you were going to say you saw her at the movie theater, Ben.
Well, that's literally what he said.
Yeah.
You thought he was going to say that because those are the exact words he said.
I did see her. I saw her on the screen, but I still saw her.
Oh, fucking gotcha.
Got me. I got. Okay.
Now more than I gonna get got though. I'm gonna get mine. That's a really good one, Hannah. That sounds great.
Thank you. I wrote it. No, I didn't.
Maybe Molly and I will listen to that. We have a road trip tomorrow. We have a 5-hour road trip tomorrow, so maybe we'll listen to that. That sounds right up her alley.
Yeah, if she likes My Favorite Murder, I think that she would like it.
Yeah, she does like that.
It's quite good.
Don't tell Molly what she likes.
I didn't. I said I thought she would.
Don't tell her what she likes.
Okay.
How
Sorry,
dare you?
Molly.
How dare you?
You fucking suck that way.
Erin, it's your turn.
Great. I'm excited about mine this week. Coming back strong after not having one last week.
Woo.
I haven't finished it, but today I come to you with not a podcast, not a musical, but a podcast musical.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So it's called 36 Questions.
Uh-huh.
And have you heard of it, guys?
No.
No.
Oh man, it's so great. So the way that I found it was a fucking shout out in general to Spotify Discover Weekly. Do y'all listen to your Discover Weekly playlist?
Yes.
No.
You fucking should, Ben.
Sorry.
Here's the thing. Spotify has like some incredible algorithm that they can play me new music that I've never heard that I absolutely love. So I have this playlist going called like My Favorites from Discover Weekly, and it's like 200 songs long, and it's just like songs that I listen to on Discover Weekly, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a good song. So they played me this one song that was like kind of musical-y, and it was Jonathan Groff.
Oh.
That's not his name. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his name.
Jonathan Groff. And why does that sound weird to me?
It's a weird
That's
name.
right.
It's a weird name.
Yeah, he's a fucking weird dude. No, he's not. He's lovely. And it was him, and I was like, oh, I'm always on the lookout for a new musical soundtrack. So I click in, and annoyingly in Spotify, it's like in 3 different albums. So it's like 36 Questions, songs from Act 1, 36 Questions, song from Act 2.
Oh, that's weird.
36 Questions, songs from Act 3. So there are not too many of them, maybe like 50 minutes worth of music. But I put them all into one playlist so I could listen to it all the way through. And it's really good music. And so I was like doing some research about it. You know, I was like listening through the songs and really digging it and getting a sense for what was going on. And then I Googled it, and it turns out it's this podcast. So it's a 3-part podcast that is an entire book musical. So it's not a sung-through musical, but it's purely for the audio format, which is so cool.
Wow.
And it's based off of, apparently I hadn't heard of it, but apparently there was this like viral thing or article a while back that was like 36 questions that will make 2 strangers fall in love. And it's just this like questionnaire that you're supposed to do with somebody else and like on a date or something. And like, but through the process of answering these questions, you'll fall in love. And so the premise of the musical is like a little fucked up. It's like you kind of begin with this woman driving to this cabin in the middle of nowhere where her husband is, and you find out that for reasons that you don't know, they've been married for 2 years, or maybe they've been married for, I think they were married for 2 years and together for 2 years. But apparently she had been like lying to him the whole time about who she was. Like she made up a fake name, made up a fake life, and he found out and like left. And then she's kind of coming to him with this, like, they fell in love. Apparently when they first started dating, they did these 36 questions, and that's how they fell in love. And so she's coming to him after he kind of like left because he found out that she was a fucking manipulator and liar, with these like 36 questions to try to like reconnect again. The music's really great. I really enjoy the musical. Again, like I kind of found it, I didn't discover the podcast first. I like was very familiar with the songs before I kind of found the podcast and started listening to it. But Hannah, it's going to be great for you to listen to. You could get through the whole 3 acts, I think, on your way to work. No, because it's 46 minutes each.
Yeah.
Each act is like 46 minutes. So
But I could get through it in a day for sure.
That's some good tent for you, for your commute. But it's really interesting, and it's interesting how, like, during the spoken parts, like, the only thing that you have are their voices and the sound design, and it's all really, really good. So it's kind of taking that, like, podcast format, applying it to that, like, play part of a musical, And I think they do a really great job. I think, you know, as far as like digging into the story, there's some stuff to be said there that I would be interested in having a conversation about if y'all end up listening to it. But as far as like the art quality, I think it's really, really great. And it's super interesting too. There's it's like, it's not even these famous people who wrote and composed it, but they like came up with this idea. And I think they just like pretty much cold emailed Jonathan Groff and was like, do you want to participate? And he was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But
He seems cool.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool. So anyway, it's called 36 Questions. You can find it on iTunes, totally free. There's some interstitials about HelloFresh that will really almost talk you into checking it out. And the music is available on iTunes, just the music portion. But maybe the podcast too. I couldn't find it, but maybe.
You mean Spotify?
Sorry, Spotify.
Awesome. I just subscribed to it, so
Cool.
I'll probably listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah, let me know what you think. Give me a old text or Slack.
Okay. There was one other thing I wanted to say about Janelle Monáe that I forgot.
This is a Janelle Monáe podcast now. You can say that at any point.
That's gonna be the whole description for this episode.
Update, edit. This is now Janelle Monáe podcast.
Yeah. So yesterday, Janelle Monáe releases PYNK. Today, Paul Ryan says he's not going to run for office again.
Oh, wow. What
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I mean, who can say? Right?
Oh, my God.
That's all. She's just making shit better all over the place.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Cool. That sounds awesome. I can't even believe that exists.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I think you're lying.
I would be impressed with my imagination. I also found it inspiring. Like, that's like a really cool idea.
It is.
Podcast-wise. I just love that.
Never would have thought of it.
Yeah. I just feel like, shout out to Spotify for putting that on my radar. Your Discovery Weeklies are amazing. Keep up the good freaking work. Ben, listen to your Discovery Weekly.
Do it.
It's just all I have to say to you.
Don't tell me what to do.
I won't, except I will.
And I think the big lesson here is, you know, if you really want Jonathan Groff to be a part of your project, just email him.
Just send him an email. He'll totally respond to you.
Yeah.
And he'll do it 100% of the time.
Jonathan Groff at gmail.com, probably.
He does a really good job. That's the other thing. Like, as you know, I've developed some opinions about the characters, certainly, but the both of their voices are incredible. Like, the woman's voice she's not like a popular person. She's not like a
nobody likes her.
Nobody likes her. She's a fucking bitch. But no, I'm kidding. She's not a famous person, but she's great. I think she's great, despite how you might feel about her character. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
But despite how you may or may not come to feel about her character / immediately.
Already from the description, I have some opinions.
Well, yeah, she lied to her sweet, sweet husband for 2 years. So,
yeah.
Well, I mean, there you go.
And he's popular. Like,
everyone loves him.
Can't lie to the populars.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's great. I really appreciate this art. It's not like, it's no Hamilton, obviously, but it's, you know, that goes without saying. I shouldn't have said that.
I can cut it out. I mean, there's an interesting lesson here that I've been like learning from starting this podcast and then trying to translate to other parts of my life. And I think it sounds like these people kind of did this too, is like, if you have like an idea for a thing that you want to make or do, and you're like, eventually I really want to make or do this thing, then you should just do it.
Right.
It's like if like it fails, then you just learned more about how to do it for next time.
Right. Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's like the making it is the thing.
Yeah.
And like that's just the first step, because then you can keep making it. This is what I'm saying though, right? Like this goes back to like if you wanted to hustle, you would hustle because you are hustling, right? Like this is a thing that you're putting out. You're not sitting at home being like, oh, I wish I had a podcast, right? You're like doing it. You have 2 podcasts, right?
2. So
2, and they're good podcasts, I think.
thank you. I big shout out to So Dreamy this week. Erin and Molly were our guests this week. And they were both so great, and I delighted in this episode. I thought it was wonderful.
I enjoyed it. It was a fun experience because, you know, we always record Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it comes out on Sunday. But this one we recorded a couple weeks ago, so I'd like forgotten everything I said. So I was like, oh, I said that. It was fun.
Yeah, it is different. It's very different.
Yeah, it was a good one. I had several LOL moments.
Me too.
In this one, so check out if you're listening to this on Sunday, last week's episode of So Dreamy.
Yeah,
I talk about a crazy fucking dream I had. You won't believe it.
You won't. I still don't. I don't believe anything Erin says anymore.
Yeah,
like
Erin's a liar.
Yeah. So
my name's not Erin. This is a good time to tell you. It's Gillian.
Wow, I don't know how you kept that from me.
Since we were babies.
Yeah. Speaking of babies, I think it's Baby
Whoa.
Ben's turn.
Baby Ben.
Nice segue.
Yeah, it was a good segue.
My obsession this week is a band,
Oh.
and they're Japanese. And they're called Goose House.
Goose House.
Goose House.
How do you spell that?
Like you would spell it.
Okay.
This is ringing a small bell.
Is it?
Just the smallest of bells.
Like
Well,
a doorbell
while
at a
you-
goose's house.
How big do you think a goose house is?
I don't think a goose house is a thing. So.
Wow. Well, it's my obsession, so. I first heard of them again through Kylie. Like, everything I get is from. Although,
Yeah.
I think that I have been more obsessed than she has.
That's fine.
Also,
is
I
she
should say that that I just got this obsession last night. So, I'm still learning things about this band.
Okay. I think I've seen a song of theirs on Spotify, which is why
Okay.
the little bell.
Perhaps on your Discover Weekly.
Oh, maybe I think it was.
So I first heard them through Kylie because she just watched this anime called Your Lie in April, and they did the opening for the first opening for that show. Mm-hmm. And so our friend Jonathan, who's been trying to get Kylie to watch that show for a long time, showed her that they have like a YouTube channel where they post all of their songs, and they're like, the reason I love them so much is that, for one, there's like 7 or 8 of them, and they're like people who are in them fluctuating in time, and like their YouTube channel is just like them playing these songs in a room as like a group of friends, and it's just, they look like they're just all having so much fucking fun all the time, and they're also adorable and delightful, and all the songs are so good. They do like a bunch of covers of other people also, and they do like, I don't know, they're just so, they do like some acapella stuff. They do like they do covers, but they do like different versions of it, and they like dance in the videos for it. But it's literally just like them in a house, kind of dancing around and singing amazingly.
Huh.
Did you say that the members rotate and change?
Well, based on watching their videos from like 2010 till now, there's usually like 6 to 8 of them, and I've like noticed that like some people aren't in them anymore now that were in the past. So it seems like some people have like left and some people have stayed for longer. And then like they sometimes get new people also. But like all of them sing and like all of them play instruments. So they do like these big harmonies in some of the songs where like all 8 people are singing at once. And it's so It's so good. Their videos are like so energizing to watch because it's just like, I don't know. They like make me want to start playing music again because I used to like play guitar and piano a lot in high school, and I sort of stopped when I got to college. But they just like remind me how fun it is to do, you know?
You should do it again.
I should.
Do they sing exclusively in Japanese?
Yeah. They're also like, I think they're pretty famous in Japan. I don't really know. But I've only watched, and they are on Spotify. They have a few albums on Spotify. I haven't listened to them at all on Spotify. I've only been watching their YouTube videos because I just enjoy watching them so much. Yeah, they're really good. They have like a couple videos where it's just 2 or 3 of them doing covers of other songs, and they're always so good.
They are quite adorable.
Yeah. Are you looking at them now?
Yeah, I'm looking at them.
They have
Oh, they stream live
on Spotify.
Yeah,
on Spotify, their like cover thing. I don't know if you can see this. Says "Milk."
That's the name of their most recent album.
That's funny.
Can you put it up again? I wasn't looking. Milk. Now I see it.
No, you don't.
Is that song about milk?
It's an album.
Well, but is there a song on it about milk?
How dare you ask me that?
I don't actually see an album called "Milk." It must be forthcoming.
I think it's only out in Japan right now.
Oh, okay.
That's the other thing, is like they do have albums on Spotify, but their most recent one is from 2012. So
yeah,
I would recommend just watching their YouTube channel.
Do they all really live together?
I hope so. I don't
in a
know.
Goose house.
I like to think that they do. That's
They
like
do.
the fantasy I have in my head, is that they all just like live in this big goose house together and play music, and we're just like getting little peeks of it when they release these videos.
Here's what Hannah would tell you. She would say, maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's really none of our business. That's what she would tell you.
Hey, did you know they just released a new album today?
Today?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
What the fuck is our life?
How do I get it though?
I
It's
don't know.
not on
I'm on their
Spotify.
website, so it could just be in Japan, but it's called Flight, and it's got a little house on it. It's very, very cute cover art. It's a little
I like
house in the sky
their logo's
with
cute.
balloons.
They also have like 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
That video I was just watching had 32 million views.
Yeah, that's the opening to the anime I was talking about.
Ah.
That's why, and that anime got really popular a few years ago, so it's like their most popular song, I think, from what I understand. But that's what I was going to recommend for like homework for people to watch first, because I think it's the first thing that comes up when you search Goose House on YouTube. And the name's in Japanese, so I can't tell them to search the name itself, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that comes up on the top.
Yeah, if you go to their YouTube page, it's the first one in the popular videos section.
Yeah, it has 32 million views. That's another way to identify it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the way to find it is that it's the first one in
Yeah.
YouTube. And it has 32 million views, so that's how to find it.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like, is this a reality show and you just haven't figured that out yet?
When I first heard the name, I immediately thought of Terrace House.
Me too.
And I was like, is this like a musical Terrace House situation? But I don't think it is. It's just a band.
So I would just like to say, I just searched for it in my YouTube app, and it's the third one on the list.
Really?
Yeah, the first one is an hour and 35 minutes long and has 49,000 views, and the second one has 72,000 views, and then the Goose House one has 32 million views. So I'm just saying, here's proof. I'm showing them my phone because
wow, that's so weird.
They think I'm a liar. There it is, right there. Third.
Well, I'm on their website right now, which is all in Japanese, but there's a part at the top that says, "What's Goose House?" So I asked Google to translate that page for me. So would you like me to read that?
Yes, please do read Google's translated version of this.
Exactly as it is.
Okay. A house where singer-songwriters gather and play an ongaku, Goose House. Each one is still a small sound, but it is overlapping, spinning, and eventually becoming a warm sound, which is expanding from a small room in this corner to a town all over the world. Just a town all over the world. There's more. I could not think about 10 years ago. It is the era that it is now. The environment surrounding Ogaku is not only bright, but the power of Ongaku wraps humans unchanged.
That is some power.
Yeah. I would like to enjoy Ongaku on the whole body. I would like to
Ongaku is music
oneness from Ogaku with this eye. Goose and others are trying to see a new era that spreads each small wing and cannot be reached with one small wing.
It takes each one.
It takes each small wing.
This is so... I just Googled the word Ongaku, and it, like, automatically translated it to music. But for some reason in this Google Translate thing, that's, like, the one word it couldn't ever
That's
get.
so weird. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense with the word music in there.
Doesn't make that much more sense.
The power of music wraps humans unchanged. I mean, yeah, like, obviously, that makes total
I wish
sense
to experience Ongaku all over my body. I'm like, is that some sort of, like, sake brand?
On the whole body.
On
And
my
then they
whole
have
body.
little, like, introductions for each of them. They're cute.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I know more about your obsession already.
My favorite one is K. K-E-I. I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked him up too. And Sayaka's the one with long hair. She's also cool.
She's not good at meat.
I'm sorry?
You heard her.
That's what it says.
She's not good at meat?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
There's like a little questionnaire under each of them, and it says, it was also Google translated. It says, what is not good at? And then hers says meat with a question mark.
Meat with a question mark?
Yeah.
I feel like you misrepresented that. She's not good at meat?
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually unknown whether she's good at meat or not. It's unconfirmed. But as Hannah would say, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. It's none of your
None of
business.
Yeah.
It's not, though. I'm just being real with you guys.
You're just instigating this. You're like, let's read their bios. It's none of her business. But you're like lecturing us. You've like started this every time.
Wait, they have... Hold on. They have like an application on their website to become a member of Goose House.
Oh.
You
can enter as a member candidate for Goose House. Conditions are to act as a singer-songwriter. It can be a performance of the live house or a performance on the video site. Those who have experience working on a major label are also welcome. Huh. That's so... is it like a training place? What is it?
What is Goose
I thought it was a
House?
band.
You tell us, Ben.
Goose House began in 2010 as a Play You House, a project sponsored by Sony with the objective of bringing together a group of fledgling musicians to perform. He's gone. He just left the chat.
He just left to join Goose House.
I disconnected during that.
Couldn't be
What
faced
happened?
with the reality that we knew more about his obsession than he did. So, look, you missed some gold. Okay, so it began as a project sponsored by Sony with the objective of bringing fledgling musicians to perform weekly live on a variety of digital platforms, including Ustream and YouTube. The first season, Play You House Season 1, lasted from June 2010 until August 2010 and was followed by a second season lasting from October to March.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
a new era that spreads each small wing and cannot be reached with one small wing.
That's what Hannah said earlier.
That's so cool.
And we ignored you. You, like, told us this already.
Cute. That's cool, Ben. You
Okay.
should be on it.
Since their reformation as Goose House, the group currently holds a live stream Ustream once a month, where they perform 5 to 7 different songs. Not all members participate in each song.
What instruments can you do? Songs.
Oh, you can get a pop socket that says Goose House on it.
The instrument of song. Goose House has been made up. Ben left to join Goose House again.
He keeps on leaving to join and then remembering he just accepted.
Did I fucking
grad
disconnect again? I disconnected again.
He's trying to be part of many small wings and not just one small wing.
The sound of me being frustrated at repeatedly disconnecting is going to be in my recording still. So there's going to be times when you guys are talking and I'm going to go, fuck, did I disconnect again?
That's going to be so good. Hannah, leave this in. Goose House has been made up of 7 or 8 members at a time, with some leaving and others joining as replacements.
It's basically Terrace House, but with music.
Wow, I guess it is.
I love it.
Yeah. Who is it that you like? K?
I like Kei and Sayaka and Watanabe. Is that his name?
These quick facts say about Kei. Does most of the vocals in group, and is also fluent in English thanks to living in the US for a short time as a child. Released a solo album, released in March 2014, is good at meat.
Oh,
she is good at meat?
Gonna say. I have it on good authority. She's not good at meat.
Can I read you a question that was asked of Shuhei Watanabe, apparently?
Yeah.
And there's no answer, so keep that in mind. What is the last thing you want to eat in Monkey Life of SOS?
That question doesn't need an answer. It's implied. I think it's obvious. It goes without saying.
What is not good about Mother's cooking?
There's another unanswered one.
Yeah, there's no answer.
There's another unanswered one that just says... It just says, is this important book?
Oh my god.
This is us making fun of Google not being culturally
Yeah.
insensitive.
Oh yeah. Oh, also Minami is a great guitar player.
Oh my god. I like Shuhei because he has a good face.
What's Shuhei?
Shuhei?
There's 2 Shuheis.
What?
Shuhei Kudo and Shuhei Watanabe.
Shuhei Watanabe, obviously.
Yeah, he's great. He has a really, really good voice, too.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, an important movie for him is Skies of Shawshank. Is that supposed to be Shawshank Redemption?
No, it's supposed to be Skies of Shawshank. It was the sequel.
Really?
No.
Oh, shit. I got roasted.
What are you doing when you're not doing something is another question.
That's fucking deep as shit.
Wow.
I don't know. Nothing? Wait, I don't know.
Whoa, wait, Watanabe is the best. What is your favorite thing to do while walking in the crowd? Playing with the cat, walking with the mind.
Walking with the mind?
Walking with the mind.
It's gotta be like...
Wait, and then he answered for what are you doing when you're not doing something? I'm playing with a cat. I'm adjusting the instrument.
I love him.
He just plays with a cat for 2 answers to the
I'll
questions.
play with the cat and walk with his mind anytime.
These are your people.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are great.
Okay.
I want to be many small wings with these people.
I want to be one of the small wings. Should we give homework?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
My homework for everybody is to use your Audible tokens that everybody has. Just everybody. I have them. Erin has them.
Relatable.
I have some to spare.
Yeah.
Molly, don't listen to this part about me. I still haven't canceled the Audible.
Don't listen to this part. Listen to I'll Be Gone in the Dark instead on Audible.
Yeah, you'll be thanking me for that token is what I have to say about that.
And then maybe after you listen to it, listen to the episode of My Favorite Murder called I'll Be Gone in the Dark, where they talk about the book and stuff. And that'll be a cool coda, because I'm going to listen to it again, because I was not following everything they talked about at the time. And yeah, it's good, but it's sad. Only listen to it if you like true crime, because it is very dark. But it's very well written.
I was trying to think of a joke related to Gone in the Dark, and I came up short.
Okay, that's fine. My Twitter is @Hanthropology, and my other podcast is called So Dreamy. It's about dreams. I might have some weird ones tonight, because I've got, like, vagina dresses in my head, but also, like night stalkers. So that'll be interesting for me. So if you want to hear about that, go listen to So Dreamy. And that's all that. So what's your homework, Erin?
Ben, when I make that noise, it's really just a cue for you to do yours. Okay, my homework is to check out the 36 question musical podcast. It's awesome. What a great way to spend 3 segments of 46 minutes of your life. It's on iTunes, and then once you're done listening to it, you can listen to the soundtrack on Spotify. My Twitter is @EarnBurn, where I answer such pressing questions as what do you do when you're not doing something, or whatever that was. And I review lesbian movies, though I haven't in a long time, at Lesbian Movie Reviews. And I would just want to point out that I started this last week, but just a regular, normal, totally don't need to explain part of my closing statements is Janelle Monáe is an artist. And I just want to point that out. I started that last week, and I'm continuing it just like simply Janelle Monáe is an artist.
That's fine. This is a Janelle Monáe podcast now. So
yeah. So
it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it's quite fitting.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe is an artist.
Ben.
There's nothing more to say on that subject.
Janelle Monáe is an artist.
Janelle Monáe is an artist.
My homework is to go to YouTube, type in Goose House, and look at their videos and find the one that has 32 million views, and then just go on a deep dive through the recommended videos. That's pretty much what I did, is I just kept watching more recommended, the ones that popped up, and they were all so good. Just go on a dive through Goose House's YouTube is what I want y'all to do.
Just go on a Goose House dive.
Walk through a crowd with a cat in your mind.
Yeah, walk with the mind. My Twitter is @AnyDiscoGreg. Post pictures of my cat. I also forgot to mention... Oh, I mentioned I went to the movies. I forgot to mention what I saw was A Quiet Place. That movie that John Krasinski wrote and directed.
Ah.
And it was really good. I think people would enjoy it.
Cool.
I thought it was a good movie.
Cool.
Shout out to John Krasinski.
Bonus little thing for me. I'm still reading The Wicked and the Divine. It's very good. I'm on book 4. I'm on book 4 now.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have another nugget that Ben reminded me of by saying that word weird, was that I saw an ad for like Google Assistant today that has Sia in it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That just Google, YouTube it or whatever. But she says the word mayo in it and somehow makes it like 5 syllables long. It was really kind of... I like literally rewound to listen to her say it again. She like changes her accent. She like changes... It's really incredible.
Does she have an accent?
She has a strong accent. She's Australian, maybe.
Oh.
What? I had no idea.
Yeah, you can't tell when people sing, except Missy Higgins. You can always tell her.
Yeah, that's true.
But she says, like, mayo. But somewhere in the A, she says it, like, with 2 different syllables with 2 different pronunciations.
Mayo.
Yeah, it's really quite something to witness.
Huh. Speaking of Google Assistant... Go to my Twitter to see a video Google Assistant put together for me automatically about my dog that I don't have. It was just a bunch of pictures of Coma with barks underneath.
That's so great. I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait to see that. Oh, I had another thing I wanted to bring up with you guys.
Okay.
I had a thought today about maybe we could, it's a thought about a potential episode. You can cut this out if you want.
Okay.
Or do you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, so I was thinking that there are things that I do, like there are like YouTube videos that I watch all the time with, that I wouldn't call an obsession, but I would say I obsessively watch. And I was thinking that could be a fun episode. Like, not something that we're necessarily proud of or excited about, but something that we just, like, do all the time.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
think I could
interesting.
probably think of some of those.
Yeah, I have a few of, like, here's internet that I consume obsessively, but it's not an obsession.
An obsession. Ian says
Except-
negotiate.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'll start trying to compile let's all start trying to compile a personal list of those so that we have
I don't...
Just things we do all the time.
I
on the
don't...
internet.
Oh, right. I thought you meant of weird things. I was like, I don't say obsession. I accidentally said that. I'm taking a French class.
No. Like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Shut your butt.
If we're ever having a week where we can't think of something.
Okay, I like it. Approved. So, that's it. We made it. We did it. Thanks for listening. Oh, also, if you want to email us, it's waytoobroad@gmail.com. If you want to tweet at us, it's toobroadpod, TOO broadpod, on Twitter. And send us your notes. We love them and we love you, and we'll talk at you next week because the podcast candle has been extinguished.
Bye.